The City of Miami City Commission consists of just 5 members, each with his or her own little fiefdom to rule over, and infighting among the commissioners is always constant. Infighting reached a pitched level this week when Commissioner Ken Russell, who is leaving office in January, tried to make sure that some big items that he's interested in, that they get before the commission next month while he can still vote on them. But he was met with fierce resistance by Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla, who is mercurial and tough, and also opposition from Joe Carollo, who is a legendary troublemaker there. So Commissioner Russell stalked off, threatened to resign early. Commissioner Russell joins us now from his home in Coconut Grove. Ken, hello, welcome, good to see you.
Good morning, Michael, how are you?
Well, I'm very well. I didn't have to put up with Alex Diaz de la Portilla or Joe Carollo, who are tough customers. I have respect for them, but they are mockers, as the term goes. So did you, when you left the dais of the commission the other day, was that it, or have you sort of worked out a settlement?
I took a deep breath after that commission. It was bothersome and upsetting, and of course you can't take anything personal that happens in politics and on the dais. You just got to try to get your work done, and that's my real goal, is to finish off my term, putting a cap on the things that I really care about, that are important for our community, especially West Grove, Little Bahamas, and Coconut Grove. So I've reached out to the clerk and asked to try to get a quorum to get that December 8th meeting back on the agenda. And I've heard at least one commissioner will do it with me so far, and we need one more. So I'm hoping that Chairwoman Christine King joins so that we just simply do our job as commissioners and show up for work in December.
All right. So if Commissioner Manolo Reyes is willing to go along and Chair Christine King, that's not enough to get the meeting back on, is it?
It is. With only 5 commissioners, a quorum is 3. And so if 3 people show up, 3 people can vote, 3 people can get the work done. This is literally unprecedented, that when one commissioner wants to go on vacation, and literally that was the reason given, I want to spend time with family, that the rest of the business of the city completely halts. And for commissioners that get paid over $100,000 a year, for us to take a break from mid-November to mid-January is disrespectful to the residents, and it's dishonorable to the job that we're there to do. We just got to show up on December 8th and cast our votes. It's really not that hard.
Yeah. Ken, I read that there is at stake, what you want to see resolved is $300,000 in anti-poverty funds. Explain how that is at stake and what you want to happen.
Sure. We have an initiative called API, where each commissioner works on things in their district specifically. And if those initiatives qualify for the grants, it needs a vote of the full commission, but commissioners have never gotten in the way of other commissioners and how they spend those API funds. Yeah. If I'm not there to vote on it and I'm gone in January anyway, they really realize that they really robbed me of my last meeting, if we want to be very clear about it. So this is just some silly petty bullying. But it has a big effect on the community. And it's not just those API grants. We have a lot of rezoning issues. If you drive down Grand Avenue, you see the blight on that street. I've come with a zoning overlay that can actually incentivize affordable housing. And it's taken me months to put together with the community and all the stakeholders, including Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, whose Bahamian Museum is involved in that rezoning along with affordable housing. So all of that goes in the garbage, but for that December meeting.
Yeah. Ken, I have to say, I have been going to meetings of the Miami City Commission for more than 3 decades. I've seen some fairly outrageous things happen down there. I mean, it is good theater and bad government a lot of the time. And this is not a personal attack at all, but I have to say, Commissioner Diaz de la Portilla, Commissioner Carollo, they are kind of classic tough guys, antagonists. They like to yank your chain because you are a honest, decent, straightforward guy, and they need somebody to be their straight man. They make you their straight man a lot of the time, don't they?
I'm happy to play that part as long as I get the work done. And it's never been pretty on the City of Miami Commission, but we have gotten the work done. And I'm really proud of it. Over my last 7 years, items I've sponsored, I've gotten passed. I've found the votes for every single time. And it's government oversight, police oversight, affordable housing, the environment, climate change. I've written and passed some of the most aggressive legislation in the entire state of Florida on all of these subjects and gotten them passed. So if I have to go along with the theater and play, the straight man to the, to the comedy that goes on up there, I'm okay with that, as long as the work gets done.
You're a bigger
and unfortunately,
man.
in this case,
You're a bigger man than I would be in that same situation. I want to compliment you. I remember when you began your political career in Miami by getting toxic dirt out of Merry Christmas Park in the South Grove. I used to live on Barbarossa Avenue in South Coral Gables, right across the street. Used to love to go over there and play Frisbee. And I had no idea that the ground was toxic, but you found that out and you fixed it. So good for you.
Thank you. I live on Barbarossa Avenue and with my kids and family. And when I realized that park was contaminated, I literally said, who is my commissioner? What is a commissioner and how do we get this fixed? I organized my neighborhood. I learned everything I could about the science and we got it done. And when I found out there were 5 other contaminated parks, I decided to run for office. What this has taught me and should teach everybody is that anybody, even a surfboard salesman like myself, can get off their couch and make a difference in their community. And the toll you pay for that with your privacy or the public, scrutiny you get is all worth it for the type of change you can implement in your community. So regardless of the tough politics, I recommend anyone who believes they would want to change their community, you are ready for it, you are qualified for it, and you should get up and do it.
I like that message a lot, and I hope you get the December meeting and get your issues resolved before you leave the commission in January. Ken Russell, thanks a million. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Take care, Mark.